random page in my book. So there are chapters in this. My hair is a bit crazy today. I don't think that's helping. Okay, whatever. I'll just put on a hood. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will be sharing with you all my Hoya collection. I have some tea here. I had coffee in the morning already, so now it's time for some tea. I'm drinking lavender tea with a little bit of non-dairy creamer. The quote of the day is, "Compassion is the contrast act of giving oneself to others." Let that soak in like seasoning. Cheers to that. Okay. So Hoyas are one of my favorite houseplants because they're very easy to care for, in my opinion. They like to dry out somewhat like a succulent, low maintenance. They need high light though, but I could always, supplement that with grow lights because I only have this window back here now and it's not giving a lot of light, unfortunately. I believe it's a north facing window, so yeah, that's not good. But luckily I have grow lights set up and that's doing its thing. The lights are lighting. Okay, so the first Hoya that is in front of me is this little guy here. This is a cutting I got from Facebook Marketplace, and I think I got scammed with this because they're leaf cuttings and I don't think they're gonna grow or a new plant will sprout from the leaf, but I'm trying it out and seeing if it will grow. You know those Hoyas that are like heart shaped and they're like single leaf planted and they don't really do much? I feel like this is what it's gonna do. This is the Hoya Microphylla variegata, and I'm rooting it in some chunky mix. My chunky mix is a soilless mixture, so hopefully it will grow. It's still alive and it has roots, so here is another propagation I have going on. I took these cuttings from a bigger plant right here. Do you see? Hoya Crimson Queen. Gorgeous. The new leaf is this beautiful pink color. It came from a stem cutting, so this is the original leaf here. And these are the new 3 leaves that sprouted out recently. Hoyas are slow growers. They take a while to grow, but they're really easy to care for. They just need bright light and a little bit of water. They are also epiphytic plants, which means that in nature, I believe they grow on like trees and like grow on different substrates. They're not like planted in the ground. They're like other plants host them, like orchids, right? Okay, so here is another Hoya cutting I got off Facebook Marketplace. This is the Hoya Bertonier. I have it rooting in some sphagnum moss and a little bit of perlite. I'm trying out this rooting setup. I'm trying to create like a mini greenhouse climate for it to root in, and I think it's pretty successful because I could see the roots growing in very well, nice and plump looking. For characteristics, this Hoya has dark green leaves, and the leaves are kind of velvety to the touch. And by the look of it, it has like this matte, um, matte look to them. I'm gonna repot this in the summertime, but for now, it's just gonna be in this little cup. Okay, that's all the Hoya that is in front of me in the propagation cabinet. Let me show you the Hoyas I got back here. So to the side of me here, I have a mixture of Hoyas. Let me take it down and show you. Now, ooh, am I able to? That's the thing. I don't think I'm able to. This Hoya here is in a basket, and I got the basket from Target in the children's department. It was a shower caddy. It has like suction cups on the back, and you could stick it into like your bathtub or something, or the shower. And when I seen the basket, I was like, wait, this is perfect for epiphytic plants. The Hoya. There are plenty of holes for drainage too, so drainage and aeration. So the plant is thriving in that pot. It's growing amazingly. It's gotten big. I could show you a photo if I could find it of the Hoya. I've had this for about like 3 years now almost, and it's grown a lot. So in here I have the Hoya Crimson Queen, the Hoya Crimson Princess. So the queen, if I remember correctly, has like the outer variegation, and the princess has the inner variegation. I heard a beep outside. I'm not cooking anything. What is that? Why is my oven making noises? Okay. The next Hoya is this one here in the back of me. I could probably take this one down. Yes, I did it. Okay. So this here is your standard Hoya cornosa. Just your standard green. It has grown a lot. It was once in a 4-inch nursery pot, and there are 2 plants in here. 2 main plants. I have this one growing in a wall planter. The ceramic wall planter I got from Target, yes, last year or 2 years ago. And it is gorgeous. Do you see the fluted design here? That's amazing. I have it growing in the chunky mix as well. This one does not have any drainage holes. Like I said before, plants with no drainage, I tend to water it very sparingly. I just water just a little bit, for it to drink it up. But the new leaves are growing in beautifully. They're so big. The old leaves are pretty small. Do you see the old leaf there? The new leaves are growing in massive. I think it has to do with the fertilization. I believe the Hoyas take nutrients from their leaves as well because they're an epiphytic plant and they need nutrients wherever they can get. So I spray the leaves with fertilizer. And I think that's helping with the growth and like the large leaves that are coming in on this Hoya. This is a Hoya carnosa, just a green variety. But for some reason, some of the plants have like gray specks in them. Oh, I didn't even know this vine is so long. It was wrapped up on here. Look at this, it's so pretty. But there are gray specks. Like, is it variegated? Do you see the gray specks? once upon a time a variegated Hoya, but wow, so gorgeous. Do you see the new leaves? Like I said, they're growing in very large compared to the older leaves on this vine here. Fertilizer stick just on top, so every time I water it, it could get some nutrients. Okay, let me try to put it back. Yes, went into the hole. Perfect. Oh, this vine is so long. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Yay! We love happy plants. Happy plants, happy me. That Hoya right there is mounted on this makeshift shelf I have here. Okay, I have to go get this one. This Hoya is the Hoya carnosa, just the regular green variety, and I have it growing in a kokedama style. So essentially, the roots are wrapped in moss and covered with this green moss. And how I water it is pretty simple. Um, Once the leaf starts to feel flimsy, I tend to water at that time. But right now it's pretty stiff. So how I water is just dunk this whole plant in water and let the moss soak up the water and hydrate it. It's pretty easy. And what I did is I took some floral wire and I wrapped the main root ball in with the wire and then covered it with sphagnum moss, then another layer of um, green, just green preserved moss. And this is the look. Now I'm able to hook fishing wire onto the floral wire and hook it up and mount it up. But yeah, here is another one of my Hoyas, Kokedama style. Alright, the next Hoya on my list is this beautiful one. It has a special place in my heart because of the color. This is the Hoya pupacalix, variegated one. Same situation here for this Hoya. The new leaves are getting big. Here's a size reference. Do you see the speckles on there? The silver splash? The variegation of the plant is why I got this plant. It's so pretty. The variegation is like a silvery color and the leaves are a bit cool toned once they mature. Do you see the old leaves? They're like a bit of like it's like a blue hue to it. And that's what I'm looking for in a plant. I have this plant growing in this handmade planter I picked up at the pottery sale at my school. So yeah, shout out to the artist that made this. Their signatures at the bottom, but I'm not able to read it. But it was made in 2022. So that's when I got this pot. But isn't it gorgeous? I love like this texture on the pot. It's so earthy and very organic. It's giving scale. Not the past, like fish scales. And the pot does have drainage holes. It's a smiley face of a drainage hole. That's cute. Very talented. I also have another Hoya right above me. It's growing in the basket with orchids. And I just have it placed on top so it could trail. I like that look, you know? Like a nice trailing Hoya. Very thick and waxy leaves. Gorgeous. Okay, Last but not least, this here is the Hoya Kantiana variegata. Oh, I love the slenderness of this Hoya and the variegation. The new leaves come in with like this pink color to it. It will harden off to like this dark color. But this is a cutie for sure. Amongst all of my Hoyas, this one is going to be second place because of the leaf structure and the color. You get a mix of both. You get pink, cream, light green, and dark green. So like, that's the rainbow for the medium. I have it growing in some sphagnum moss and pumice for this one. And it is growing in a teacup. So gorgeous. I love it. We could talk a little bit more about my poetry book, Melodies of the Mind and Heart. Let's pick a random page in my book. So there are chapters in this book. Here are the contents. So let's see where we stop at. Okay. Someday never came. Took a trip to Rainbow Pools at the gates of Yosemite, the place where you said you'd take me, but someday never came. Packed my bags and left early in the morning to make it before rush hour. And when I got there, it was like heaven on earth. The sky was blue, like me. The water was clear, like my understanding of you. And diving into the fresh water felt like no boundaries, and I thought of you. You enjoy nature the same way I did, or so you said, to keep me at arm's length instead. That someday never came. Now I can lay and rest my head knowing. 1K plus ponds, pink lotus, cold winter night, in the state of California, Christmas. You and I watched the lights twinkle in the black sky. You express how much you have always wanted to do this with the love of your life, and the stars in your eyes fell into my hands, and I saved it. Pink lotus, floating carefree in the pond. Your petals opened up to me, and it touched me, learning about your past, present, and future. Your roots were deep in the water, beyond the pond. Your lotus family grew distant from you when they knew that you were a different man, and your state of mind was full of gnats. And I was your lover for life, and I saved it. Pink lotus, thank you for spoiling me. With your love, beauty, kindness, you saved a spot in your pond for my wilting heart. In the land of 1,000 plus ponds, pink lotus, you are the star I wish on every night. I am happy to be yours. That is all the Hoyas I have in my collection. Thank you for tuning into this part of the video. I will be doing some other planty things, so stick around for that. Yeah.